Extend that thank you right back to Ryan Tharp, our very hardworking walk chair. Let's give him one more round of applause, please. Thank you. And the thank yous, of course, don't end there. There are several to give out today, and I'll just repeat quickly the thank yous that Ryan extended to our hardworking people who made today happen, our volunteers and our sponsors. We truly couldn't do this without you, so thank you so much for your support. And one final and sincere thank you. I just want to thank each and every one of you for being here today. It's a brave thing to be here, and I just want you to know that we really, really appreciate that. No matter what has brought you here or what connects you to our cause, please know that we're glad you're here, you are not alone, and you are making a difference. So thank you. Now for just a few words about what today means and what we're doing here today. Almost 40,000 people die by suicide in our country every year. Almost 3,000 of those are Texans. We can change that. We can reduce those numbers, and suicide is preventable. By being here today, you're helping us to do that. The American Foundation for Suicide Prevention funds research aimed to find better and more cost-effective ways to reduce suicide. We advocate at both the state and federal levels for policies that will benefit mental health services and education. And we create programs for campuses, workplaces, and communities, and for survivors of suicide loss. And these materials are materials that chapters like ours can share with our communities. So on a more personal community level, you'll hear a little bit later on about what it is we're doing in the North Texas community, but I wanted to share how proud I am of this chapter here and how proud I am that we are a growing presence here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. We're growing and we're gaining that momentum because of your support. And I want to say also that I think it's a true testament to that growing movement that we have here in North Texas that we have such a special visitor here with us today. And that special visitor that I have the pleasure of introducing to you today is Bob Gebbia. Bob is the Chief Executive Officer of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. He's traveled from New York to be with us here today. He's led the organization since 1998, and it is a true thrill and honor to have him here. So please help me welcome Bob Gebbia.
Oh, thank you, Claire. And wow, she's doing a great job for you in Texas. So again, I want to express my appreciation to what Claire is doing day in and day out here and throughout the state. Thank you, Claire. Well, thank you for inviting me to be with you. You have a great board here in Dallas-Fort Worth. And I just want to recognize Peggy Marshall, who's the founder of the chapter here. Peggy. And also an immediate past chair. And I also want to recognize Amy Haller, who's the new board chair. Amy, thank you. And they work hard. They're dedicated to suicide prevention here in your community. I also want to recognize Ryan, because these walks take a lot to put on. His chairmanship of this is fantastic, and all the volunteers. So thank you, Ryan, and all the volunteers again for what you're doing. And then there's somebody named John Basel. Now, John, I got to meet John last year because John raised more money than anybody else in the entire country for an Out of the Darkness walk. John, thank you for what you're doing. He's on a pace to do it again, too, and he's just so special to us. Thank you, John. So why are we walking? Why are we all here today? You know, there are people who think suicide can't be prevented. Why walk for it? There are people who think suicide is a selfish act. There are people who think it's cowardly. We have to stop that thinking. And by walking, we're going to change those attitudes. Because those people don't know that 90% of those who die have a mental health problem, a treatable mental health problem. They don't believe that depression, anxiety, addictions are real, or that they can be fatal, and we know they can be. So we have to change those attitudes. So that's why we walk. And we walk to say loud and clear, that those who suffer with these diseases of the mind, they deserve the compassion, they deserve the understanding that we afford to people with all kinds of illnesses. And they deserve treatment, because with treatment, We could save lives. Many will get well and recover and do not have to die by suicide. That's why we walk. But sadly, only 1 in 5 gets the treatment they need. 1 in 5. Many don't seek help because of the fear and the stigma and the shame that they'll experience. Others can't find good help. Others can't afford help. We have to make it more easy for people to seek treatment. We could save a lot of lives if we do that. Now, you know, with the tragic loss of Robin Williams, there was a lot of attention to our cause. Calls to the crisis centers and hotlines all went up right after. Visits to our website went up to 100,000 visitors a day, far beyond what it normally is. People were getting information, and that's good. But we lost 6,000 people since Robin Williams died. 6,000 people took their own life in our country since his tragic death. So we have more to do. And you heard the 40,000 lives. Well, for every one of those lives, there are 25 people who make a suicide attempt. The toll it takes on our families, on our friends, on our classmates, co-workers, and let's not forget our veterans and our military. We have to stop this. We have to change this. Now, our foundation has set a bold goal. We're going to announce it here. We've been announcing it in different cities. We want to reduce the suicide rate by 20% by 2025. 20% in 10 years. We can do that because of the support of all of you and hundreds of thousands of others who are now getting involved in our cause. We can do this. And today you've made a great start with a fantastic walk, and the money raised will be invested, as you heard, in research and education and advocacy and prevention. We can do this. So I thank you for inviting me to be with you. Now I have one more announcement. One more announcement. In April, we will be bringing to Dallas for the first time our national walk. Our national walk, the Out of the Darkness Overnight, will be here in Dallas, in the beautiful city of Dallas. And we're really excited about that. So it's going to be April 25th and 26th. It's the last weekend in April. And if you want a different challenge, it's 18 miles and it's through the night. It is an overnight walk. Starts at sundown, ends at sunrise. You can get more information on the afsp.org website. I understand it's up there already, and registration is now going to be open. And there's also cards that you'll be given as you come back from the walk. Save the date cards about it. With a promotional code, it gets a half off on registration too. So please take one. Please take one. So we look forward to bringing the National Walk and people from all over the country to walk with you here in Dallas in April. So thank you for that. So we are thrilled to get this walk started. Are you ready to walk? Well, thank you. I just want to say it's because of all of you that we are going to make progress, and we are going to work together because we can and we will save lives. So thank you for being here. Thank you for inviting me. I'm honored to walk with you. The walk starts at the arch, so please assemble over there, and it'll get started shortly. Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you.